Okay, let's talk about adding and subtracting polynomials. We're going to do another unit that's just on polynomials, but a lot of how to add and subtract them, or sorry, multiplying and dividing them and solving with them and factoring them, and we're going to do all this crazy stuff with polynomials. So first of all, what is a polynomial? Well, if you notice, I have all these things we call terms. 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. None of these are like terms. There was a video earlier we talked about like terms. And so we just have three different terms. If we have one term, for example, 5x, that's called a monomial. Mono, meaning one. If I have something like 2x squared plus 4, we call that a binomial, okay? 2x squared plus 4. But anything that's more than that, we start calling them polynomials. I guess with 3, we call them trinomials, quadnomials. But basically what we do is we just call them all poly meaning many. So these all have many different terms. Well, I can't add these three up, but I'm going to take this one right here and I'm going to add it to this one. So it's very simple. It's just adding like terms. So I'm going to go 2x squared and my 6x squared. I see I have a plus 5x and I see I have a plus 2x. And right here I have a plus 3 and a plus 5. I made this first one easy and made them all with plus signs. Because honestly, this is a really easy thing to do if you know how to combine like terms. The only thing that's hard is when you have to deal with negative signs, which we'll do in just a moment, okay? So anyways, 2x squared plus 6x squared, I get 8x squared. Positive 5x plus positive 2x is plus 7x. I like saying the positives and negatives. If you can do that in your head, that's going to really help you. And right here I have a positive 3 plus a positive 5, which is a positive 8. Some people like to do this. 2x squared plus 5x plus 3, and we're going to add that, and we're just going to line them up. And so we're going to go 6x squared plus 2x plus 5. The only important thing is you have to make sure that the up and down, the vertical stuff, you need to make sure that they are like terms. And here you would get the 8x squared, 5x 2x is plus 7x plus 8, and you notice you can get the same thing. So whichever one works for you. If you want to rewrite them top to bottom, that's great. Go ahead and do this. All right, cool, but what if I start throwing in negative signs? I don't know. Let's put one on the board. All right, so here's a problem right here. Now, what's great about this is there's a plus sign in between them, so I know I'm adding them together. I'm not going to do the up and down. I'm just going to do the left to right, okay? So I see a negative 6x squared, and I see a positive 9x squared. Those are the like terms. This is a positive 3x and a negative 5x. And here I have a negative 4 plus a negative 6. Okay, so let's start with the single underlines. What is negative 6 plus a positive 9? Sides are different, so I subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, which is positive, keep the like term. So I'm just looking, what I'm really saying is, I know it's an x squared. What is negative 6 plus 9? And if you go back to the videos on adding and subtracting negative numbers, it's really simple. You just follow those rules. Here I have a positive 3 plus a negative 5. Signs are different, so I subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, and I make sure to keep the term, okay? And then the last one, I have a negative 4 plus a negative 6. Signs are the same, so I add them together, and I keep the sign. And that's really all that we do, okay? So now that's cool, that's pretty easy, but what happens now if I subtract the polynomials? Well, that's a lot harder, so let's put one up on the board. Okay, here we go. So now I have a minus sign. Well, I have a minus in front of a parenthesis, so I'm going to show you the most common mistake. Okay, we learned about the add a line, change a sign. So we have to add a line, and we change the sign. A lot of people just do the first one, but here's the rule with the parenthesis. It's add a line, it's change every sign. So you have to make sure that he changes, and he changes. Once I do that, it's the same problem like we've been working on before on adding them. So the common mistake again is that people don't change everything inside the parenthesis. So when you have a negative in front of a parenthesis, Everybody's got to change. That's the big difference. Now I just do it like the problems I did before. There is one little trick in here I want to show you though. So now I'm going to look at this as 4x squared plus negative 6x squared. Signs are different. Subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, and there's my x squareds. But now watch my x's. Okay, I have a negative 3 and a positive 3. Well, what's a negative x and a positive x? It's nothing. Here's the mistake. Don't write this down. This is a mistake. Well, negative 3 and positive 3, that's a 0, so I have 0 x's. So I'm just going to write plus x, because I have nothing in front of the x. If you have nothing in front of the x, that's assumed to be a 1. Well, it isn't a 1, it's a 0. Well, how do I write the 0? Easy. You just do this. Just don't write anything. There's no x's. You can also think about it as what's 0 times x? It's just 0. It's gone. So I don't have to write any x value. So now I'm over here to my numbers. Positive 2 plus positive 4. And that's going to give me a positive 6. Done. I just subtracted the polynomials. I'm going to do one more subtraction problem, and I'm going to throw a little trick in there and see if you guys can catch it. Okay? Let's go. Okay, let's look at this one. The first thing I notice is that I have a negative sign in front of a parenthesis. The first thing you want to do before you even analyze this problem, add a line, change all the signs. Now I can add them together, all right? So I do my like terms. Now we get used to, because we were just doing these, that we got a pattern. Okay, so this one plus this one plus this one, so on and so forth. Well, look at the terms, okay? They kind of tricked us on this. I'll use blue for the occasion. 3x squared, okay, well, where's the x squared? Right here, correct? Because it's the first one? No, it is not. Where's the x squared? It's right there. There's the x squared, okay? Here's an xy. Well, do I have an xy over there? Yeah, I do. Notice that I'm also underlining the sign. That's really important. And then I have a negative 5y squared, and the negative does matter. And I have a y squared here, okay? So let's go ahead, let's do it alphabetically. Let's start with the x's. Let's go ahead and keep this line going right here, okay? So I'm going to start now with my x squareds. I have a 3x squared plus a negative 3x squared. Well, we just did this in the last problem. Positive 3 and negative 3, that gives me the 0. These are just going to go away. They're gone now, okay? Great. Let's do our 2xy, let's do our xy's. Positive 2xy and plus a positive 5xy. Signs are the same. I'm going to add them together, and I'm going to get a 7xy. And lastly, I have a negative 5y squared plus a negative 6y squared, which negative 5 plus a negative 6, signs are the same, so I'm going to add them together, and I'm going to get a negative 11y squared. Okay? And so there's a little trick there. Take a look at the worksheets that I'm going to give you and see if that helps you, and hopefully you get these. And then that kind of wraps up our foundations, and we're ready to go on to some more things. So you're in really, really good shape if you understand everything that you saw in this chapter. So good luck to you, and I'll see you in chapter 2.